So special. And say every Monday here, woman.
A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies, said Joseph. The man who never reads lives only one. I carved this from the novel A Dance with Dragons, written by George R. Martin. That may sound cliché, but indeed, neuroscience has proven that reading unlocks remarkable powers in the brain and builds new connections that allow us to use written words to step into the world of other people. And that's how you may live 1,000 lives, just by reading the book. So how many lives have you lived? I sought to find answers from our own future leaders.
Hello, what's your name?
My name is Amwa Daniel.
Do you have a library in your school?
No.
Where do you live, man?
Sir.
Is there a community library? Thank you very much. When was the last time you read a book?
I think last Friday.
Last Friday. What book was that?
We learned about social.
Social. Have you been to a library before?
No.
Yes.
Where did you go to the library?
JHS.
JHS. You have a library.
Yes.
And there are books in the library.
Yes.
You haven't read a book before. Thank you very much. Hello, what's your name? Mono, do your parents buy books for you?
So the verdict is clear, and this is why I'm worried. It's sad that reading is of less importance to us now than it used to be. A significant segment of our population doesn't read at all. In this new age, when many parents have degrees, one would expect that voracious reading becomes the order of the day. Well, maybe it's the shittest job. I hope it's that easy. Maybe reading is just a lazy thing to do. After all, it's not our nature. We were created to smell things first and not to read. But the importance of reading far outweighs any of these lazy excuses. A good book has the power to literally change you. Everything you read fills your head with new bits of information, and you never know when it might come in handy. The more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to tackle any challenge you ever face. So what accounts for these poor habits of reading in Ghana? I speak to the people who know better than I do.
Now, is it easier to say that reading is a culture that is dying?
Yes and no. Yes, because those who are really into reading are still into reading. When you come to a bookshop, those who come to buy books still buy loads of novels. The children who come in with their parents still buy loads of children's books. So those who are really avid readers are still reading. But you can also say it's a dying culture because of the social media. Most of the children prefer to do Facebook and Twitter, and I don't know that emails are still fashionable now, but WhatsApp and all those things. And because of that, they really cannot be bothered to read. You find that most pupils and students concentrate more on the prescribed reading, that is the textbooks, etc., than to read novels. So it is dying because of the social media, but those who are serious readers are still reading books from tablets. They're buying books online, etc. So yes and no.
Okay. So if I may ask, what are we not doing right as a people in terms of policy direction, in terms of our educational system? What are we not doing right to encourage this good old culture of reading amongst our students these days?
I think for most of our schools, the focus is on passing the exams. It can't be helped. Everybody wants the children to pass the exams, to go to good schools, to go through good courses. So we all focus on our children passing exams, forgetting that it is when they read, they are avid readers, that will make them better at their exams, because then you have a better understanding of the questions that are brought before you. You have a better way of expressing yourself when you're answering your questions. So there aren't enough readers in our schools. I'm sure if you go into the Ghana Education Service, they will tell you. At least the Book Trust interactions with the Education Service tells us that we don't have enough readers in our schools, and that is what we may be doing wrong.
Okay, my final question. I noticed that there aren't too many libraries around. It's one thing that we are missing out. Do you think that may have contributed to this dying culture of reading as well?
Yes, we don't have enough libraries. The Ghana Book Trust works with the Ghana Education Service in the Ashanti region. We work in 3 districts, and every year we change the schools we work with. And in these schools we set up libraries. We donate books to them, tables, chairs, bookshelves, so they can set up libraries in their schools. So yes, there aren't enough libraries. We have the main Ghana Library Authority, which is in every region and in quite a number of districts. So that is useful. In the privately owned schools, you find that they have libraries. But in our public schools, there aren't enough libraries. And we don't have privately owned libraries. I'm sure we don't have privately owned libraries. What we have are bookshops. But even then, we don't really give people the opportunity to come and sit down and read whatever book they may be interested in buying. So we don't have enough libraries, and that is a problem.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're most welcome.
After speaking to a resource person, I put the questions bluntly to a few students.
Frank, I hear you students don't read at all. So why don't you read?
Please, they've shared reading books for us, but I think some people do not read their own.
So do you read yours?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hey, no go.
What's your name?
My name is Sharakata from
Shadak, why don't you just read?
Because I like playing football.
You like playing football? That's why you don't read?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Well, you heard them. It appears that we spend more time at the gym than we do with our books. If reading indeed does to the mind what exercising does to the body, then my worry is that we may be building a generation of healthy bodies with small brains. If nobody pays attention to the dying culture of reading, well, I will. Let's make a trip to the Punkatamaso district.
Okay, so I'm here at home and I'm spending time with the Academy of Achievers Reading Club. It's actually one of their weekly reading clinics, and today we are here to join them. The club organizes what they call the National Readers Day. And this year on 1st July, I was privileged to serve as a reading ambassador. Let's go join them in their session, so at least there's some hope.
Yes, ARC has made a lot of impact, especially in Kpo. It's been about 4 years now. We have succeeded to let parents in Kpo know that you cannot be any good person if you don't read. At least today, we are more than this. It's because of some activities that you don't see a lot of kids around. But if for nothing at all, they have somewhere to go Saturdays. You can see there are a lot of kids sitting down there. These kids would have joined them if ARC is not there. So one, we have created the space for children who want shelter of knowledge, and they have come here. Aside from that, we have leveraged those who have and those who do not have, because some would want to read, but they don't have the money to buy the books. We have little resources, and we have put those together. So the poor and the rich are sharing a common platform to gain common knowledge. That's what we have done. Aside from that, over the years, we have organized National Reading Day. In fact, it hasn't happened in Ghana before. We have held this program for 3 consecutive times, that's 3 consecutive years. The idea is to change Ghana into a reading nation. And we do this program every 1st July. 1st July is about Freedom Day. I'm sure you heard the kids say, reading is freedom. We cannot be free if we are unable to read. We don't even know about what determines our own freedom. And so we say that 1st July shouldn't be just for people to go to the beach, go and while away time. And trust me, most of those people do not even know how we gain our freedom. But if Ghana as a nation can say that yes, it's a freedom day, it's a republic day, but then it is also a national reading day for us, where parents can spend just 15 minutes to read and share story. You know, in those days when you and I were growing, we could sit by our television and watch Koko Anansi's story. Those were storytelling times, and it could even help you to go and find books to read. Today, those things have been replaced by some other programs that are not much educative, you and I know. So we want to change Ghana into a reading nation, and we have already created that space here in Pole. Come here next July. I'm sure you were here. You were here on the 1st of July and you saw the number of kids. The attendance continue to grow every year and year. The interest continue to soar. And our major focus is that we will be touching one community, one after the other. This year we had people from Lingo, Pram to visit here. Those people had never seen other students come together before. Some of them had not even had the experience of traveling out of their own community in Mango, China. But they came here and they loved to sit with kids to read. And very soon we are hitting that community with our reading club and our Saturday reading clinics. So we have made a lot of impact. Academic performance in Pole has increased. I mean, those kids whom we started with the reading club, some of them got a very good grades in their BEC results. Had it not been ARs, had it not been somebody to give them the time, to believe in them that yes, you can do it. Yes, anything that you want to be, they are all in books. They said put something in the book and you can hide the African forever. We want to change it. If we have heads, just like the white also have got head, and we have 2 eyes, just as also they've also got 2 eyes. Whatever is hidden in the book, if they can find it, we should be able to find it. And that is the impact ARC has already started making. And trust me, next year when you come, or another time when you want to take another interest into finding how far reading has gone, we would have a very much appealing and very tasteful story to tell.
There's a painful joke that one can hide anything from a Ghanaian or African by putting it in the book. The irony is that the person who says this joke has probably not read a single book in the past 5 years. I'd rather not hear this joke at all. I like the fact that we think of reading as a culture, but it's time to show that our very survival as a society depends on it. It may just be time to start reading and buying books for your children and encouraging them to read at a very tender age if you are a parent. It may be time for policymakers and the media to consider reading a very important campaign to wage. Honorable MP, a library can change a community for a lifetime than a bag of rice and flour. We can take a cue from the Academy of Achievers Reading Club, but before that, close your eyes. Imagine a society where everybody is reading while traveling or commuting via public transport. Think of a Ghana where clients will be reading while waiting for any type of service, or parents reading at home with their kids. Perfectly Imperfect by Ruby Araguka, Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, Powder Necklace, Ekuabro Hammond, or Ghana Must Go by Teyi Selassie. I'm contemplating which of these books to give to you as gift during this Christmas. And here's a quick one for our kids who can't do without television. Groucho Marx says, I find television very educating. Every time somebody turns on the sets, I go into another room and read a book.
A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies, said Joseph. The man who never reads lives only one. I quote this from the novel A Dance with Dragons, written by George R.R. Martin.
Thank you very much.
Yes.